Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing 10 tips on college and just things that I wish I knew before college and general tips that I feel like if you're going to college, maybe you should know. So I recently graduated college like 3 months ago. So while everything's still fresh in my head, I thought I would make this video, especially now that it's back to school season and it's the first time I'm not going back to school, which feels like really weird and sad, but it is what it is. That's life. But I just know that when I was starting college, I searched a lot about tips before college, mostly specific to my university, but I feel like it's very general and can apply to any college. So if you are just entering college, or maybe you're already in college and you just are interested in hearing what I have to say, keep on watching and let's discuss about college. My first tip, which is probably weird, but honestly probably the most important tip out of everything I have to say, is make sure you even want to go to college, because college, especially in the United States, is so expensive and it is just not worth spending all that money to go if you don't even know if you want to go to college, or if you just feel like you have to go to college. I think that college is one of those things where people feel like you absolutely have to, because it's like in the natural order of things, like go to college, get married, have kids, bada bing bada boom. It's just too expensive, wasting your time if you don't have an idea of what you want to do, or if you don't even want to go to college altogether. Now, it's very common. I feel like you might see this more often than not. People will switch their major a lot, which is completely normal, and people will be in college and not know what they want to do, and they're just kind of taking classes like willy-nilly, hoping that maybe enough time will go by and they'll figure out what they want to do. And I definitely empathize with people who are like that, just because for a lot of people, not going to college isn't even an option, and they're just taking classes because they have to, or they have peer pressure from friends because they're going to college, or maybe pressure from your parents, or maybe you just feel like I need to go to college because if I don't, then what else am I going to do? But there's so many options that you can do and careers you can do without going to college, and if you don't need it, I really don't think you should just waste your time doing it. And I'm also a huge proponent of gap years. If you just graduated high school, and if you're able to, take a gap year, shadow, get a job, intern, like do things that can expose you to different careers and get familiar with what else is out there before you just jump in and not even know what you want to do, but you feel like you have to start college just because everyone around you your age is starting college. I definitely don't see that there's any shame in that, or even if you're already in college and you want to take a gap year in the middle, I feel like that's such a good option rather than taking classes and like most of them won't even go to your degree if you end up finding out what you actually want to do. And yeah, I know it's a lot easier said than done, and there's also like, what are your parents gonna say, because that plays a huge role in your decision making, especially when you're like in college and most likely they're paying for it. But it's just sucky when, like, say you got a job in something that isn't even your career, but you have all this student loan debt and it was kind of just an expensive piece of paper, like you're not even using the degree. So yeah, definitely reflect and think, what do you actually want to do? And if you don't, I feel like that's completely fine and normal. It's very like stupid to me, the fact that like we're expected to know exactly what we want to spend the rest of our life doing at 18 years old. So if you want to take a break and just think about what it is you actually want to do, don't feel any shame for doing that, because like I said, so many people are feeling the same way you probably are feeling, but they're like wasting money in school. So that's my tip number 1. Now, you decided that you want to go to college, and now what? Once you get accepted into college, first thing is to register for classes early. I cannot tell you how beneficial that is, especially once you're like, it's not so much important, I feel like your first 2 years maybe, but like once you're around like junior, senior year of college and you only have a few classes left, they fill up quickly. So as soon as you can register, do it. In my university, we had registration dates just so like not everybody can like register at one time. And you could register early if you had like a specific GPA. No matter what, like once you get your registration date, register early, because it would suck to have like to take 1 or 2 more classes left and you can't because the classes are full, so you have to wait to graduate another semester or something like that. So register when you can and plan out your schedule for the next 4 years if you can as well. At my university, they had advisors who can help you with that. But if you don't have one or you don't care to go talk to one, then I definitely recommend having a balance. So balance your schedule with a mix of easy and hard classes. And easy and hard classes are gonna vary depending on the person. Like for me, an easy class might be biology, but for another person, that could be a hard class. So definitely mix easy with hard. Do not keep taking only easy classes and then wait to the end of your last year of college to take all those classes. And don't take all your hard classes and then wait for your easy classes later either. You need to have a balance, because can you imagine taking all your easy classes the first few years and then last few years you just kill yourself with all these hard classes and then you can't balance it all? Something that I did was I would do 2 and 2. So 2 hard, 2 easy. Maybe it might vary depending, but for the most part, I did that. I always planned out my schedule so that I had a good balance of easy and hard. And so much so that I specifically wanted to have the easiest like last semester. And my last semester of college was so easy. It was a walk in the park because I made sure to take a good balance of easy and hard, and even like added a little bit more hard my junior year just so that I could relax my senior year. And you don't have to do that, but like I just wanted to make sure that like I'm good to graduate and I don't have to like worry about repeating a class my last semester. So yeah, definitely balance easy and hard classes if you can. So the next tip that I have is to find all your buildings and classrooms before you start school. So what I did was, once I got my schedule, I took a tour with my cousin because she graduated from the university I was going to. So she showed me all the classrooms and the buildings and everything, and that was such a time saver because I went to a huge university and it was so easy to get lost, and it really took away a lot of anxiety that I felt because I didn't have to at least find the classrooms that I needed. So definitely do that and walk out your schedule so you know where to go, the fastest way to go, and all that, because it's embarrassing walking into a classroom late and then everyone stares at you and you're just walking down trying to find a seat. Like, oh, I hated that. Yeah, and also a lot of times if your university has an app, hopefully they have a map of where everything is, and that was also very helpful too. So definitely recommend. Another thing, join a club. I didn't join a club until my junior year. I remember looking my freshman and sophomore year, but I didn't decide on a club until my junior year, and I feel like I missed out on a lot. And I remember like my freshman orientation, everyone kept saying get involved, do things, whatever, and like I got annoyed by hearing that, but like it's just so true. And I feel like my best years of college was when I actually joined a club and I found the group of friends that I had similar interests in and we're seeing on a regular basis. So definitely join a club, whatever you're interested in. It doesn't even have to be like necessarily regarding your major, like just your interests. Definitely join a club. You will not regret it. Next, do not do overnighters. It is not worth it. If you do not know the information, you don't know the information. There's literally no point in doing an overnighter. I have never done one before. Like, I prioritize my sleep and myself way too much. If I fail it, I fail it. There'll be other tests. Like, you won't catch me staying all night for a stupid test. Yeah, what? You kidding? All right, no. We're not gonna do that. I guess that also leads into another tip is like, don't get discouraged if you fail your first exam in like whatever class. It is not that serious. One failed exam is not gonna like ruin your career or make you fail a class. A lot of times professors will even drop your lowest exam. Like I feel like almost every class I've ever taken, the professor would either drop your lowest exam or like replace it with the final if your final is higher. So there's a lot of wiggle room. They want you to succeed. So if you fail it, just like I always go in thinking like, okay, this is just like me to see how their testing is, more so than me getting tested for the material. Because like it's a new professor, I don't know how they test, I don't know like their style of stuff. So I just always took it as like, this is not a reflection of me, this is a reflection of you. Another thing, check your calendar. Hopefully on your like school system program thing where they had all your classes listed and what to do and where to submit homework or whatever, they have a calendar where you can see all the things that are due. I always checked it. Even when I thought I knew like everything's good, I already know what's due this week, a lot of times I would forget things that I was like, oh shoot, like if I didn't check, I would have missed that assignment. So definitely check like at least every day. Even if you wrote it down in your own personal calendar and agenda, like make sure you check to make sure like they didn't add anything or you're not missing anything, because missing an assignment just because you didn't check sucks. So make sure you check your calendar every day, because sometimes the new assignments show up in the middle of the week and it's not even there in the beginning of the week. So just make sure you check. Another thing is to bulk your assignments. So bulking your assignments pretty much is just, I don't know if that's the correct phrase, but what I would like to do that I didn't always do, but I feel like I should have, was instead of just like doing like whatever is due each day, like I would just look at everything that's due in the week and then try to like bulk it and just do it like Monday, Tuesday is my homework day or something, and then the rest of the week I'm good. Like I don't have anything else to do. So whatever you can, like instead of just doing like I'm gonna do every assignment due each day, you'll save so much time just doing it all in one sitting or 2 sittings and just getting it out. Because a lot of the time the assignments I had wouldn't really take all that long, and I'd rather just get them all done and out of the way than spending a time doing it each day. You know what I mean? Like what? There's no point. So I would recommend bulking your assignments and getting them done as early as possible so you can relax the rest of your week, or study, because you probably need to study too. So it's good not having to worry about homework, but you should still double check even when you bulk, just every day, to make sure they didn't add something sneaky. And yeah. Then my last tip is to take advantage of all the free things. This is like a fun tip. There's so many free like merch, shirts. At least I'm talking about my personal experience. I don't know about everyone else's university, but they give out like free things all the time. Free food because of like events that there might be going on at the student union. Highly recommend taking advantage of that. Even like boring stuff like tutoring. Organic chemistry, there's no way I could have gotten like a good grade in that class if I didn't go through the free tutoring. So if your school offers free tutoring, take advantage of it. If they have free shirts, take that free shirt. Like, I love free things. My friend, she literally always knew where all the free things were, and I was like, what? Most of the things she always had, she got for free. So get some free things. I'm sure you already knew that, but I guess it was more so for the tutoring. Take advantage of free tutoring, but like also free shirt. It's for me. So yeah, that's pretty much all the tips I had. But I also had like a general statement that I also wanted to just say, was that like, forget about the college experience. Honestly, I feel like that's a marketing scheme. I feel like they just want people to be like, oh, you need to like get this college experience in order to feel complete in life and make sure you didn't miss out on anything. They just want your money. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when I was in high school, my advisor was saying how like, you know, make sure you do X, Y, and Z, like college experience. And like, I know it came from a good place, and I did want that, I feel like, at the time. But as I was in college, I was like, a lot of these things aren't very appealing to me. So like, if you don't care for the college experience, then don't force yourself, and don't think that like you need to do these things to have a college experience. Because I'm like, out of all the things I look forward to in life, having a college experience was never really at the top of that list, because it's really what is a college experience? I went to college, I had an experience, that was my college experience. Like partying, sororities, whatever, that was never part of my plan. That was never something that I cared about. So don't let other people tell you what the college experience is. If you went to college and you had an experience, there you go. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a fun first day of school if you're going back to school. And I might do another, this isn't a back to school series or anything, but I think I have one more video in the realm of back to school that you can look forward to coming out soon. So yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed, and other than that, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.